Hey guys, welcome back to Motion RC Live. This is episode 2, really episode 3, but I'm not counting the T33 announcement with my audio issues as as an actual show. So for this show, as we said last week and as I announced, we're going to be unboxing the Black Horse Spitfire. So I already took off the main part of the box. It's a big cardboard box inside a big cardboard box, and I didn't want to fumble around getting the top off, so I just have it basically ready in there, but I haven't pulled anything out yet. But I did want to say a few things. First off, if you have any issues with your stream audio, Alex is behind there. He's going to be doing all sorts of diagnoses. We had an issue this morning. Alex had the entire show loaded on his laptop and never update Windows 10. That's all I will say about that. So we got things sorted, and we hope you hear us, and we're going to be ready to go. But I did want to mention, guys, going forward, the goal of this live show, obviously, I don't care about views and things. We're going to be talking about anything RC, and I want it to be driven organically by our customer community. We have a great community on Hobby Squawk, on Facebook, YouTube, of course. If you ever want to ask anything, we created a new thread or a new forum in Hobby Squawk itself dedicated to this show. So my plan there is to start a thread maybe every Monday or probably today for what's going to be coming next week. And then you guys could go in there and ask me any sort of questions you might have about the product beforehand, or about whatever we're going to talk about, so I could have some things prepared. Because again, I don't really want the live show the entire time to be me trying to look at the comments and things of that nature. I want the live show more to have set pieces, but then we'll definitely do some like rapid fire rounds, things like that. There's so many different segments that we can do. I have another thing in there, ideas, other things you would like to see. My thoughts, range from calling out events that even the ones we're not going to. If you have an event at your field, let me know. I'll say it here and let people know about it. Obviously we'll do interviews sometimes when we have people to talk to like that. You think of it and, we'll show it. I think today we're going to spend most of the time pulling out this Spitfire because I've had it here now for a week and I've been dying to see all the parts laid out on the table. And then towards the end, we have a couple things to show you on the customer community, which we thought were awesome this week. And then we'll do like a rapid fire question and answer. It doesn't have to be about what we talked about in this show. It could be about anything. And I'll do my best to answer your questions. But either way, the goal with this show will always be 1 hour, in and out, no matter what. At 1 o'clock, we're cutting the stream. So guys, what do you think? Should we get into the Spitfire? I cut out the top of the box. Just want to let you guys know, if you haven't seen it on Motion RC, it is 78 inches, 2,000 millimeters wingspan. So that actually is the same length as the airliner. So when you saw the big free wing airliner, if you've seen that, it's going to be the same wingspan as that. And I think I'm skipping ahead because I was thinking of building it myself if I had the time and putting it on electric first and then doing a gas conversion, but I've already done the Fairchild electric. We've done the PC9 electric. I did the ProFly OV10 electric. It's time for a gasser, and I've never personally broken a gas model, so I'm going to give this model off to a friend of mine at the club, Jason Miller. He helped me out with the Jolly Good Fly-In. That guy is a builder at heart. I mean, he's the type of guy, you go over to his house, and he's just got all wood cutting tools. He cuts out his ribbing. He does scratch builds. He does ARF builds, everything. But he's a big gas flyer. So I think what you're going to see with this is going to take a little while to finish it off. He's going to do it. But we'll update you as the show progresses. So maybe 5 weeks from now, we'll have an update on where the Spitfire is. I definitely want him to show me and make a video of how to break in a motor. So we're probably going to go with one of the two options. I would like to go with this big GF38, the NGH 4-stroke motor, even though it recommends 33 to 35 cc, but I say like Tim the Two-Man Taylor, man. What does it say? When you're going big, go big or go home. So let's slide to show you how big this box is. I'm 6 foot. This box is pretty gigantic, and it pretty much hides me. But now, Alex, we have a top cam shot, I believe, and I'll show you how, all I did was peek inside the first time. just to see how it was laid out. And this is how your typical Black Horse models come. Obviously, they fit it in, but everything gets taped in and like double, triple wrapped, so you shouldn't have to worry about anything getting, you know, getting damaged or anything like that. So, let me grab a razor blade, and let's get unboxing. So, can people hear me okay? Are they seeing this okay? Comments coming in?
All seems good. Someone
okay.
says you talk too much.
All right. People say I talk too much? Yeah. Have we met? All right, I just got to climb on like a step stool to get in here. I've got this. So it starts out with the fuselage. So let me cut this out of here. You know, I wanted to do this live to show you guys because, man, as cool as it is to open up a foam electric model and have it done in an hour or less, I definitely had some enjoyment putting together some of the Balsa models I did. You know, they're a labor of love. Do a little bit each night. Maybe one night is just doing a couple servos in one wing. You know, get a movie on, especially with an old warbird. You know, go pop on the Battle of Britain. How could I not watch the Battle of Britain? Wow, if I was going to build this one myself. While you're building a Spitfire, even though I believe this is a Mark 9. Somebody could let me know. Didn't say it on the website, but that's what I assume. As much as I'd love a Mark 1, that would be great. So let me pull this off. We got our big aluminum tube. I can smack Alex if the audio goes out. Let me put that on the side. Looks like we've got all your rods and tubing. So any control rods. Oh, let me cut that out too. And we're just going to be throwing stuff everywhere. But again, you see how it gets wrapped really nicely. You're not going to have to worry about, shouldn't have to worry about your model not looking good. Fuselage. Just make sure I have all the tape cut. And let's pull out this big, wow, fuselage first. Usually we save the goods for the end. So I'm going to pull this out. And then I'm going to slide the box coming down off the stairs. And I'll slide the box out of the way. Wow. Make a bridge with the box. All right, Alice, you could go to the front shot, I guess.
Oh, I'm there.
Oh, he's there already. He's doing it. Wow. Nice. And what is that? I have to actually check. What is the... do I have it under there? There it is. The length of this fuselage. Again, this is an 8-foot plywood table it's sitting on, so the length is 68 inches. So not bad at all. I mean, definitely one that I think is going to fit in nicely at Joe Knoll. I expect Jason Miller to be there with this model. So this will be, I'm excited because last year we didn't really get a chance to bring the Fairchild or the, I didn't even have the PC9 for the May one. But, you know, Motion RC, we haven't really done anything at the main line. And it's exciting to think that, you know, even though this is 78-inch wingspan, I don't think they're going to split hairs on the 80-inch minimum. Yeah, that would be a little crazy. But, you know, also comes down, I believe this is, 1/5 scale model. Any questions that you notice?
We got Alpha's here.
Alpha's here. All right, finally. So I don't have to do this myself. It would be impossible to try to answer questions as we go. I just want to get the plastic off. And then it's wrapped in bubble wrap. So if your kids are like my kids, that's like the most exciting part of any toy they open. It's the bubble wrap. And actually, ask Alpha if you hear me. I remember you telling Wes when he was doing the storch that there's an easier way to open these. So, to make sure you don't mess anything up. I'm going to get rid of this pole. I'm just going to make a mess on the floor. Let's get these off the table. I want nothing but the fuselage on the table. You know, and again, I would have done this beforehand, but the whole goal here was if you're interested in buying something, you should see it in every aspect. So you want to see that it comes packaged nicely, because you want to know it's going to look good when you get it out of the box, that you're not going to have to, nobody wants to have to bring this big box back to UPS and ship it back or anything. That's not fun. There should be a seam, I would think, on here, so I could probably just take off the entire foam wrapping in one shot. I believe that's what Alpha had said. On there. There we go. Let's see. Let's uncover. So now, here we go. Oh man, it's already Papa dotted. It's pre-dotted. I heard about the detail on it. I saw it in pictures, but pictures, man, do not do it justice. I've always wanted to own a Balsa ARF, and obviously I will not own this ARF, but one day I have to own my own Balsa gas ARF, and it looks like Black Horse might be a good option because I'm already digging what I'm seeing, and I've only seen it, part of it so far. There we go. See, it's all one big piece of foam, so they just go up to the roller, it looks like, and just roll it all out. Oh, you know, bubble tape. Nice. Look at that. Can you zoom in on the detail on it?
I see it. It's beautiful.
Wow. Oh, smells like fresh balsa. And obviously your big rudder's going to be, so that tail's going to look infinitely bigger coming out. I believe it's got air retracts. Let's see them. Want to see the front? And the firewall's there. Now that's where any balsa model that I've done so far, that's usually where the customizations come, because depending on the motor you use, will determine the length of the cowl and everything like that. So that's usually where you make a run to Home Depot, say, oh, I need bigger screws, or you need something if you don't have the right space. But it looks like wing spar already in there. I mean, everything is laser cut really nicely. I don't see any sort of blemishes. Let's take a look at the canopy they just tape on. There we go. Oh, look at that. Look at it. Oh, yeah. Now, I know some people take off the plastic on the Black Horse. The Fairchild's like that. They put like a layer of plastic over the cockpit detail. But that looks awesome. They got the whole inside painted. Gears, looks like throttle positions in there. Nice pilot seat. I wonder what the pilot's going to look like in this. Is he going to fit in the seat or not? That'll be cool. And let's take a look. So it's just a latch. A latch hatch. Nice, just spring loaded. For anyone who wants to see that. Take a look at the Balsa. I love that. There's just something about it, man. It's, you know, it's different in the best possible way. I love myself some foam, but I also now starting to appreciate Balsa more. I think a Balsa model's the type of thing everybody should have one in their hangar at some point. You want to go in?
Yeah.
Which way? This way?
Yeah, nose first.
Nose first. Try to look in there like a bazooka.
Give you a little tilt down. There we go.
We're professionals here.
Alright, carrying on.
Carrying on. So there we go, boys. That is the fuselage. Now let's see what else comes, because one thing about a Balsa ARF, the only thing that probably scares people, just the amount of parts. But like anything else, like a jigsaw puzzle or something, you just work it through, take it one step at a time, and before you know it, you're done. Heck, if I can do one, then you can do one. So let me get a stand, just so I don't accidentally knock this over, because I'd never hear the end of it from everybody on YouTube if I messed it up. I know I would never hear the end of it. I mess up a lot, or so I'm told. Alright, so if you're looking at the top down, again, not much. Looks like everything else in here is wrapped in individual boxes. So let me get my... Let's see. That down. So we have And they tape all the boxes to the walls nicely, so you shouldn't have... they tape them to themselves. Really well done. So we got one box. We got... Oh, it's like hidden tape. Wow, they taped it to the bottom too. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. They don't even want you. 2 boxes. I'm gonna put that there. Look at that. Oh, it's taped on the bottom. 3 boxes. I want this box out of here. 4 boxes. I feel bad for my mailman. I mean, for my garbage men. They're constantly dealing with large boxes from me. Alright, and then one big one, which must be the wings. I would assume. And now I can get rid of this box. Thank goodness. So that was it in the main box. So I say, I'm gonna put all the boxes down. We got 1, we got 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the same combination I have on my luggage. Spaceballs, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any like pertinent questions? You guys want to know how the box smells? How it looks?
Talking about the stand.
Everybody always talks about the stand. It's a stand, yeah. I had another life. We don't sell too many stands on our website, you know? Not concerned with the stand. Google it.
They know where it's from.
All right, baby. Here we go. Open it up. It looks like I've got all my control surfaces. My vertical stab, or well, my rudder. Vertical stab's basically there. Looks like I'm gonna have my rudder. I'm gonna have my horizontal stabilizer and my 2 wings. Make sure you cut this. Everything is taped to itself. Oh, beautiful. Let me get this all out of the box, then I'll take it out of the plastic. Woo! This is not going to be easy boxing it back up. I think it's just going to sit in the minivan when I take it over to Jason's. Nice. Look at that wing! I love the elliptical wing of the Spitfire. Who doesn't? If you don't appreciate a Spitty, and I love the detail on it, man. So cool. Yeah. Yeah. No balancing. Not on live TV. We'll do it live. Nice. So anybody in the chat own any Black Horse models, or maybe Spitfires from other Spitfires in the Balsa era form?
Alpha's on top of most questions right now.
Alpha, killing it. We gotta hire a chat person, just dedicated. All right, let's take out a wing. I don't think we need to take out both, but I just gotta cut the plastic. Sorry. Look at the mess I already got. You want to go to the other camera? Show them from the secondary. Just a big balsa mess I got. Sorry.
Side cam failed us.
What?
Side cam failed us.
It did?
Yeah.
Really? Not working at all?
Well, I don't want to mess with it.
Oh.
Never live.
Okay. All right. Using my foot. Plastic. Oh. Look at that, guys. Everything taped on nice. I really love the detail they did on it. It has like a weathering to it, which is like, the black streaks, like, pre-weathered spit.
There, hold steady.
Unbelievable. You're zoomed in. So I'll just slowly rotate.
There you go.
My board, but that is just a sheet, like, you know, those aren't decals. I don't think I can say, but like, it's not like decals on top. It's like they printed the sheet perfectly and then wrapped it on with all the detail on it already. Like, imagine doing that for your job every day. Like, that's like the one thing I don't know if I would ever want to do is build a kit, just because I'd be so scared of covering it. Like, seems to me covering would be, that's why these Balsa ARFs say 95% complete already. So everything you're seeing here is 95% complete, because the hardest work is obviously the ribbing and the cutting of the ribs and everything, but then also the covering. But incredible. So you got nice servo pockets. It looks like flaps, split flaps on the, here, let me take off some of this tape. There you go. So you'll have to hinge it. These are just taped on there. You know, ailerons there, but perfect fit. That looks really nice in there. You can see that? Mm-hmm. And they painted the inside of the flap, which is nice. They painted to match. That's cool. Let me see. Right? I don't really want to mess with anything. Let me grab a little X-Acto. There you go. The servo pockets, and if you see inside, they have the wire, the string in there already. So if you have to pull leads through or anything like that,
Super easy, barely an inconvenience.
super easy, barely an inconvenience. But those are right there. So each pocket will have that, and they glue them down with a little tack glue just to keep them from going. So then, you know, I mean, the rudder, ask me, do you want me to take the rudder out of the plastic or the horizontal stabilizer? Anything you want to see from here, or we can move right to another box. But it, you know, the covering's going to be virtually similar, and I do have to transport this to a friend. So if I didn't have to do that, that would be nice. Let me grab a little blender.
So they should be catching up in a second. Let's see what the people want.
The chat. Sorry, we're on a delay, so we're waiting for you to answer, and I need a little tape. Just a tad bit of tape. Gaff tape's gonna work. There we go. I just want to tape that back down so that tape over tape.
Dad's RC Hanger says more boxes.
More boxes. All right, dads. You're the winner because you're paying attention. All right, I'm going to put this on the box over here. Wow. Wow. I'm so excited to see. Just looking at it. Now I don't want to give it away. Now I kind of wish I was doing it. Let's go next biggest box. So that was the biggest box. This one feels the lightest, so I'm going to guess cowl, maybe a pilot figure. If I had to guess, just based on the Fairchild and the PC9, how they came. Oh, stapled too. Oh, just the cowl, I think. Yeah, look at this. So, empty. Another box. Another one bites the dust. And looks like just Scotch tape. Alright, let's cut it. Oh, the exhausts. Nice. Looks like that's alpha, but I think it's fiberglass, I would assume. Look at that honker. And it's one piece. They molded the scoop underneath, which is definitely has a hole in it. So that's going to give you airflow if needed. Should be nice. And then in here, they're giving you the detail pieces, because you can't have a Spitfire or a Warbird cowl without these bad boys. Oh, that'd be cool if you could smoke them out. Going this way. Let's see how she looks, just real quick. While I have it here, I'm going to slide the fuse over. Let's see.
Fiberglass.
What?
Confirmed
fiberglass. Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is what the guy I'm giving it to, like Jason, he'll do this himself. He'll make the silicone molds. And I know a lot of guys watching this do that. And all power. God bless your hearts. Because I would love to get there one day. But anyone who doesn't want to do that stuff, that's why there's Balsa ARF kits. Because you can have a gorgeous model. Look at that. I'm trying to just line it up where the hatch. There you go. That's just in front of the hatch. How's she look? Ooh, mean. Wow. Wow. I'm going to have to take some pictures of these parts before I give it away, so they'll be on the website, guys. But my goodness, I'm so excited about this. Look how cool she is. All right, let's get to the next. Wish I had a Motion RC maid that could come and clean up my workshop, because right now it is a mess. So anything they want to see from that? Anything they're missing? Is the guy here? I saw somebody said they bought one before the live stream happened. So I hope you're enjoying this, because if you just bought one today, man, after what I'm seeing, like, I'm just trying to think. Do you recognize this from Jonah? I mean, we've seen so many at like all the big events, but you know, I wondered if we saw anything like it, you know, from a black horse, you know, in the wild at like Null, because I think she's gonna be. Can't wait to have Jason take this out. All right, we're in box number 4, I think, now, or 3, and it looks like the wheel welds. So these are gonna mount underneath the wings. You're gonna have to cut a spot in the wing, probably. You'll feel it, and then you glue that in. That same thing I had to do with the PC9. Obviously, the Fairchild had a completely different wing thing, and also the OV10, the ProFly OV10, similar. So that's all those are. I'm gonna think there's 2 of them, so no need to fully take those out, but you can't really damage those. And then we got, oh, man, it's like Christmas. What time? 27? So we're half an hour in. We got a half hour. Oh, we got the wing scoops. So like any good Spitfire, I'll have these underneath the wings. And they've already got, so they're plastic, but they've already, looks like they've already epoxied balsa mounts. So you would mount those right underneath the wing. Cool, we got 2 of those. It's probably just CA, because once you wick that thin CA into the balsa wood, you're never getting it apart unless you're doing damage. So these look like guns. These have to be my wing guns. Yeah. And if I call out any names of parts, you know, just make fun of me in the live chat. That's fine. I got a thick skin. But here we go. Oh, different colors too, so you can tell which side they'll go on, probably based on where the paint is. You know, based on the covering. So you'll know which is right, which is left. Simply based on that, but molded really nicely. Painted nicely. Appear to match the color. So this is all little bits, man. This looks like all our peripherals that you're going to be adding on, you know, last minute. So it looks like, what, that's a sight maybe that goes in the cockpit. We got the mirror, the rear view mirror is there. We got the antenna for the top. I guess if you guys want to do the string across. I don't know what these are, but I think these go right next to these might be another set of guns. I think they go right next to the guns there. More little bits. That's one thing I do not see. I'll have to download it. Oh, maybe it's on the top of the box. I'll have to check. Where's my instruction manual? Here's our pilot. Oh, he looks good. He's cool. I dig that guy. He's really firm. But he'll fit in there because the cockpit had a chair. So let's see if he fits. We'll have to do. Hey, I don't have to cut his legs off. Nice. That's usually that's something I had to do with the PC9 guys. I had to chop a little bit of their legs off already. They already don't have legs. I think he fits in there nicely. He could do worse than a pilot. Sweet. I always wanted, because these pilots, they're always like holding nothing. I always wanted to just, now with the 3D printer, should just 3D print like a magazine in there. Just make it like he's not, because obviously he's not flying it. We are. So she's got 3 other scoops that you probably have to cut out. And then, again, let's get to 2 more boxes, guys. 2 more boxes, then I can show. Then we'll open it up to questions about this. Show anything you guys want to see extra. And also, guys, a good representation just in general of Black Horse. Because now, again, I open up the Fairchild. That was packed meticulously. The PC9, meticulous. The OV10, which is ProFly, also packed meticulously. So you shouldn't have to worry about any of these parts coming damaged or not. And obviously, if they did, before you do anything to these things, let Motion RC know. Let us know. We see it sometimes where people, open something and then they start doing stuff to it and then realize they should have contacted us, and that makes it harder. But we got our gas tank. Nice. And now this kit, as with some of the other ones, will give you pieces for gas and electric. So, like I got the gas tanks for the 10. We got the big white spinner. Now this is a 2-bladed spinner. They didn't choose to go with scale. They went for efficiency. So, a 2-bladed prop. So if you wanted to go to like Dubro or maybe Robart or something and get yourself another, let me take it out. Try to look for a scale. 4-bladed propeller. I think this Spitfire, again, is it a Mark 9 Alpha? But if it is, maybe I think a 4-blade propeller would be what you want. Not a 5, because I have one up there. And he's got 5 blades. Maybe it was 5-blade. I forget. I know the first one was 3-blade, and then they went to 4. And then they went to 5. But it looks nice. It's a big honkin'. Oh, I like the white tip. That looks nice. And that was kind of dirty. Sorry. I'm going to put that in there. All right. What else do we have? So now, these I'm not going to open. This bag, but this is, it looks like all your mounting brackets, any extra control rods, hinges, screws, horns, and for the most part with the other Black Horse models, each baggie was divided by the section of the aircraft you're working on, and things like that, which was nice. Like when you lay it all out, you can almost lay it out, to the manual. Big honking tires. I think they are, yep, a little bit of foam, but I don't think she's going to have any problem getting off the grass, especially if we slap. Okay, so now you have your 2 different motor mounts. So this looks like it'll be for, this has 30 cc, and this is for 35 cc. And I would probably use the 30 cc if I was going to go with the Admiral one. If you're going to go electric, you'd use the smaller one. So they give you 2 different mounts. So, you're going to have to play with it. And then, again, this might be the spot with a Balsa model where I had to do it with the PC9. I had to make a new one and make it thicker because I just needed a little more based on the Admiral motor. I just needed a little more room to get that shaft out, the front. So, there would be some modeling, even though it's a Balsa ARF, depending on the electronics and the internals that you decide to go with will determine, your experience. Oh, this thing's awesome. So they give you a CG'er. So this is an easier way to check the CG. They give you a string with like an aluminum tube and these 2 balsa pieces that will wrap over the spar. So what you do is you separate your wings just enough. And this, I guess you do it upside down. But with the Fairchild, you separate the wings just enough. You slide in the balsa under your spar, and then you just hold the string. And you can easily see what the CG is going to be when you take it off the ground, and if your CG is spot on. So I really dug that. And I don't know what we did with the Fairchild one after we did it, but I never saw it again at Jonal when Jason did that. But that was cool. And then looks like servo pockets. So for something, maybe that'll be for like if you're going for the gas, maybe that's going to be a pocket that you're going to put inside to hit the throttle with the servo arm. And lastly, again, some extra probably motor mount bits, but I'd have to check. But again, you can see already a lot of parts, and we still have one more box. So let's do the last box. Kind sir. I'll go with the big one. I think this is probably just going to be mostly hardware. Nothing shown. Oh, the Retracts. The air Retracts. Cool. So that's an air canister. And I saw somebody already has this set up. I've never played with air Retracts, so that would be new to me. Tail wheel, sorry. Nose wheel. Tail dragger, tail wheel, and it's definitely suspension and trailing link. And it looks like it's a pull system on the tail wheel. Here's some extra tubing. And you're going to get your struts. Oh, yep, these are the on the landing gear, the covers, the door covers. You know, the halfway up the wheel for the Spitfire. And then big honking struts. Look at these. Let me pull these out. Come on. Man. Whoa.
That's beefy.
That's beefy. So those are your air Retracts. It looks like, oh, that's what it is. These tubes, so red and blue, there's a hose end. The tube will go on top of the hose, and I guess you run it somewhere in your fuselage. You're going to have an air canister, and then I assume as they go up and down, it just uses the air that's in there and then puts it back in the, maybe. You know, so like it should never, like you don't have to replace that, I don't think, after a while. That would be interesting. But I assume you could also go with electric Retracts when somebody's going to have them if you want. But I did see somebody post who has this model, who has the air Retracts, and says he loves it. Said it works great, works like a charm, but something different. Really, really nicely machined. Feels good. Feels solid. And then these look like, oh, dampeners. Oh yeah, and these are all the hoses. And you know, looks like they gave you a bunch of different options. A lot of like Y connectors, if you will, for hoses. So 2-to-1s, things like that. Springs. So just more hardware. But guys, there you have it, man. This is the Spitfire laid out. I just have one more wing down there. I'll bring it up. But you can see your workbench would be full. And like anything else, you would just work it one section at a time. So put on your favorite show, sit down with a wing, get working on a servo. You know, next night, go do something else. Do another piece. You know, this is definitely a labor of love and absolutely gorgeous. So I want to ask you guys have any questions, anything you want to see? You know, if there's somebody on the fence about getting this, if there's something I could show you while it's here, I will more than happily do that. One thing I wanted to look for, because I think it's taped to the inside of the box, would be the instruction manual. But if not, it'll be on our website. If they leave it as a download only, but I don't think so. I think it's probably just taped to the top of the box, and I didn't even look. Nope. I'll have to get that later. So let me see. You know what? My stream never updated, so I can't even see the live chat. Oh, there we go. Nothing wrong with air Retracts. yeah, man, it's, it is what it is. Danny Murphy, we'll have the link in the description of this after, but I believe the kit itself is $750-ish on the US web, on motionrc.com. And as far as the EU goes, guys, I don't have an answer for you yet. I'm sure Alpha was already talking about that. But yeah, air should be pretty reliable as far as anything else. Now, as far as the recommended stuff, I can say, while I have it here. So some of the recommendations inside. 7 channels you're going to need at least on a receiver. Again, you could go electric. That's what we had, a 245 kV brushless outrunner from Admiral, or you can go obviously with your gas setups. And then if you go on electric, it will run 10S. So you can do 2 5S packs, run them in series, of course. They're recommended 4,000s, but I don't think the weight will matter. You could probably go 5,000, 6,000s if you can find them, and you might even be able to get away with 12S too. If you really want to go for super power. Let's see. They're recommending electric-wise 17 by 10. We don't have the gas propellers in yet, I don't think, on the APC, but I'm going to ask Jason. We're going to go with, I want a wooden prop on that. If we're going 2-blade and we're going with a big honking gas motor, might as well have a nice, beautiful looking wood prop. I think would be really, really nice. Paint it black, if you will. And yeah, man, she's really cool. You know what? That's what I want to do. I'm going to put this stuff, I'm going to take off the peripherals now. Get rid of all the little stuff. And then I just want to, I'm going to put a wing next to it. Just to see how it goes. How it looks with the wingspan, I guess I could do that right here. There we go. Check this out. Oh, that's what I can do. Give me the... Let's pop this in here. I'm coming back. Oh, there's Jason Miller. He's in the chat. Jason, you excited? I might be swinging by your house in a little later tonight and dropping it off. But look at that. I just wanted to fit one wing on nicely. Oh, and they have this locking mechanism. So there's already a screw that they attach. This happened Fairchild. Everything's really nice. The screw, and you just go in there, catch it, and it just lives in the plane. So that's how you make sure it's secure. Let's see. Look at that. Whoa. 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 Oh, I could push it in even more. I don't want to push it in without help, but...
You get the idea.
You get the idea.
Oh, that's mean.
That's mean. It's so mean. I really like the color on it. I like the sort of gray and dark. And I really love how it's like, it's got that weathered look. It's just different, Doesn't look like it just came out of the shop, Like it just came off the line. It looks like it just landed from a mission. And fuel it up and get her back out there. Pilot ready. Get back in there. What are you doing? No napping on the job, buddy. Sweet. Oh, Jason, I can't wait to film this. Me and Alex are like already itching to get on the cameras and take this down. I don't know if we'll do this at CCRC beforehand, but Jason seems to think so. But maybe this will be worthy going out to Dalton and doing it out there on the real runway where we had the Jolly Good Fly-In. That's about 45 minutes from where we are here in Georgia. And you got, the guys over there let you fly on a real runway, which is awesome. You can't beat that. So I'm going to take that wing off. Please don't hurt it. Please don't hurt it, because we're live. It would be my luck. It would always be my luck. See, the whole thing falls down. There we go. All right. So there you have it, guys. That is the Black Horse Spitfire. So as I said before, man, any Black Horse model you're going to get, this is a really good representation of, some parts will obviously be different. Not everything's going to use air retracts. Not everything's going to have, certain minor bits, but the finish, the way the box comes, comes in just one big box, but everything comes packaged really, really beautifully. So you don't have to worry. And again, if something were to have an issue, contact customer service. If you see it on the table when you lay it out, this is the time to contact customer service. Don't get working and mess up a part and then say you need a part. And then we'd say, why didn't you tell us it was already had an issue beforehand? That would make it even better.
Do we know the covering on the wings?
I believe it's Aura cover. So it would be Aura coat is what I believe they use in all the other Black Horse models. It's not monocoat. I think it's Aura film. If Alpha's still in there, he can answer that for sure. But that's what that is. But then again, it might be something entirely different. The website shows. Let me see. I just had that up a second ago. The website doesn't really say. It just says high quality covering for some reason. We'll change it to exactly what it is. But I would probably believe it's Aura coat, Aura cover, Aura film, is whatever you want to call it.
We got 15
I forget.
minutes left.
We got 15 minutes. So guys, that'll do it. I mean, 45 minutes of the Spitfire. So now, one thing I want to say, guys, in the description to this live show, and every show we're going to put it up there, we'll have links to the Hobby Squawk Direct forum. So as I said at the beginning, we want the show to grow organically. Let us know what you guys want to see. I mean, we have access to a lot of our products. Sometimes we'll do an unboxing. Maybe next week we set up a gyro if somebody wanted help. If the other videos we do aren't there. Maybe we're having interviews, or there's so many things we can do with a live show like this, and it's all about cultivating that community. So what I wanted to definitely do is just call out some of the coolest things I saw on our Facebook this week, and two of them revolved around the T33. So one of them was the more recent, I think Tim Kwasny, if I'm getting that right.
Is that the green or the red one?
He's the green. He has the inlets. Yeah, he made himself on the T33 inside there were inlets inside the intakes in the air intakes and on the real one, and he ended up making them out of balsa wood. And then said, it still looks a little chunky. He painted it out, put them in there himself, but then he decided to just. This is what's amazing about the community. Already has a 3D file available on Thingiverse. So after this video is done, I can find the link to that. But he shared it on Facebook. If you're in our customer community, just search him by name, Tim Kwasny. I think it's Kwazny. If I'm saying that right or wrong, if Tim's here, I apologize if you watch this later and I butchered your name. I feel bad. But he only posted that like 2 days ago and then came back already with a beautiful 3D print that's just going to slip inside. So that was gorgeous. And then Brent Hecht released an entire YouTube video, which I shared on our Facebook page off of his YouTube channel. You could head there. This guy does great modding and such. And he made the air brakes, the speed brakes, underneath the T33. And they look awesome, and they actually look really simple to do. But they just give it another added scale appearance. We've been seeing a lot of people already customizing on the T33. Obviously not quite what the airliner was, with the amount of liveries and things like that, just because of what the model is. But, we love seeing what everybody's doing. And there's so much stuff going on now in Hobby Squawk. Hobby Squawk is growing and growing, and more active users every day, which is great. We try to get in there early and often, all the time, trying to answer new members' questions, trying to answer other people's questions, and have a good time, of course. We're not trying to do anything but have a good time with RC, because when you have stuff like this, how can you really not have fun with it? So what I want to open up while we have time here, guys, I've got the chat open. Per be it covered in heat shrink film with printed, Jameson Clark. Well, what I'm saying is, as I have it open, guys, if you have any questions you want to ask us, again, at 1 o'clock, no matter what, I'll shut off the live stream. But if you guys don't have anything else, I don't have too much else for you this week. And I'm still not sure where we're going in week 3, episode 3.
What do you got back there?
Oh, yeah. That's, we could show him. I wasn't going to do it till I'm done. If you were following, I was updating, not through motion, my little Flightline P51 that I'm doing in my spare time. But I got to work on her last night. I'm going to do it in the Miss Foxy Lady all-white Reno race scheme. So I just painted Cali graphics, of course, guys. If you don't know about Cali, I mean, if you're one of the 120 in our live chat right now, you're one of the people who've been doing this a while, I'm sure, and you know all about Cali. But she does great. But I just wanted to do a Spitfire in a different scheme because Wesley Miller used one of my Spitfires in combat at Null in the Fall, and it still has the prop. We glued it in after the crash. It got stuck in there, and she was out of commission and beat up, but made her just a wall queen. But I always wanted to do another one and do it in a Reno race scheme because on 4S power, this thing, you know, rips, and so in a Reno race scheme it will look nice. I just did some acrylic. I got to go back over it. I'm not nearly finished, but I was just doing some of the trimming, but I 3D printed my Miss Foxy Lady. She's going to pilot my P-51 Mustang, and then everything else was painted, you know, just painted all white. I kind of just wanted to make it easy. I saw the all white and said, yep, no trim work needed. Let's just paint it all white, and she will look good. So I'm excited about that. I'll probably have her done tonight on a Friday night. That'll be what I'm doing while I'm maybe checking out someone else's live stream and putzing around on the internet. But yeah, she looks beautiful. So let's see, guys. There's Wes. So now I'm here. I'm just going to check out the comments and see if there's anything here. Sean Feel, yes, the Focke-Wulf is 102-inch wingspan. This is only 78 inches. So, though, I mean, this is an 8-foot table. If I had the FW190 here, I mean, it would be off the table, the wingspan. That thing is ginormous. That is a big, big bird. I hope to one day see that one, or maybe a different one that big that may come down the line. But, yeah, it's absolutely awesome. Adam, if you've done your Flightline P-51 in a Ferocious Frankie scheme, you gotta fly it. Like, I can't wait to put this together. That's the other thing. Last week I promised I'd go out with the in-runners, the two different in-runners on the T-33. We got rained out the entire week. Georgia has just been nothing but terrible weather, so I hope to get out early next week and get that video done for you guys. But we were mostly in production mode on this week. I'm going to start scrolling up. Teal covered in heat shrink. Alpha's here. Aura coat. I'm trying to find questions, but we got to find a better way to get the questions. But that's why, guys, again, if you're watching, head to Hobby Squawk. If you got a real question that you want to answer that you could think of beforehand when we decide, probably Monday, I'll try to give you an idea of what next week's show is. But also, jump in there and let me know. Where do you want me to go? I've got an F5 with the new in-runner that I haven't built up. If you want me to do that, we could try to assemble an entire model next week for the first time live and just go through it. I've never flown the F5. That's one of the few free-wing models now that I haven't flown, and I've always wanted to see it. I think it looks cool. I got a Tiger Cat that we could put together and an F-35 still in the box that we could do if anybody wanted to see those. We got other things, you know, that we can go over too. Is that a spar or a closet rod? Yeah, right? And I'm already back into everybody. I'm back into everybody talking about the air retracts. So, you know. Where you at, John VHRC? I'm in my basement. So, you know, like, it gets a little tight in here when you're working on stuff. I'll work on planes in different areas, but yeah, man, this is fun. James gets a bigger studio. I know. I don't know if I'm going to become a Balsa guy, but, you know, that's why it's good to have friends. One thing I've learned about this hobby is, you know, I don't try to do things I don't know how to do. I do the smart thing and find somebody who knows how to do it. So, you know, I'm not going to fly a plane on video that I don't think I can fly. I'm always going to try to find somebody who's, you know, who can give it the justice it deserves, and Jason Miller's going to take care of this baby. And I think the next time you see the Spitfire on the live show, because I think we're going to make it a part of the update, me and Alex are probably going to go over to his house when he gets the motor and he's breaking it in, because I really want to see how that's done properly. So we want to film that. He can give us update on progress, and then Alex is thinking about, we might be able to take this live show on the road. So there may be episodes coming up as the weather gets nice where we just bring this all out and we can film a flight review live and just do it live. So then there's absolutely, so then anything could happen. So we could possibly do that as well. But that would be really, really, really fun. Motion RC, he wants to see more tanks. Yeah, we know, Wes. They're coming, man. I put up a new shelf so I could display the tank. I can't wait till they come in. I cannot wait. So, guys, just want to... final question. English EDF likely. Tornado, Jaguar, etc. Even if I knew, I couldn't tell you. That's not fair. But as Alpha said time and time again, everything is coming. Everything is coming. It's just a matter of time. That's why when the next thing comes, don't jump on there and tell everybody who loves it how awful it is and how it should have been this, that, and the other thing. Appreciate the guys who are happy for that one. Like the T-33, there were a lot of guys who wanted that plane. Don't take away their thunder because they might not want the next plane that comes, but that might be for you. And, that's always the way it is. Be happy that we have any of these models. Like, that's what, whether it's from Free Wing, whether it's from us, just look out there of how much stuff you can get. Our hangars are probably, if you're like me, I've got no ceiling space. I hang every plane pretty much, and it's unbelievable how I can't even see the lights above my house. It's crazy. So, guys, one thing I wanted to ask while I have you all here too is: was the sound good this time? Was the it's going to get better and better as we go? But again, this morning Alex had a whole show. We had graphics built up. We had all this cool stuff, music, but his computer went blue screen when he turned it on when he got here, and we had to rebuild the show. That's what we were doing an hour and a half before we went live today. So I hate Windows 10 right now. We're gonna just take his laptop and maybe, we should attach an EDF to it and just fly it into the ground. I think let's strap it to the airliner and drop it from there. That's what they should do with Windows 10 updates. I don't even update my computer. I don't even turn it off, my laptop. I just go with it. RC Air Marshal, cool. We got the Blue Yeti that I think a lot of people are using who do the live streams, and man, it is awesome. Is there a B in there? I need to check. Maybe, probably, possibly, eventually.
Stop teasing the people, Alpha.
I think Alpha's the real technology that Motion's going to debut. We invented AI 6 years ago. It's called Alpha, and we're going to let everybody have it to fly their aircraft. That's the plan, because he is just that Halbot when you see him on there. Fantastic. Oh, and guys, if you see Jets and Wings again in there, just want to say that's Rob. He's going to be helping us out in Germany and the EU. He's going to be sort of an extension of our channel. So anybody watching in Europe, he's available too. Go check out Jets and Wings. He has a lot of free wing jets. He can, obviously ask questions on his YouTube channel and such. But especially for Germany, he'll be making videos in German, which is really cool for us. We're global now, and that's a really exciting experience there. So it's awesome.
You got 2 minutes.
Cool. Picture and sound was perfect. Everything looking good. Nice. We managed to pull it together in the waking hour. But beautiful, guys. So, 2 Spitfire and a Mustang on the table. Oh, Alpha's calling. Do I have to pick this up live? I got you live on chat. Alpha?
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
James, show them the hinges.
Show them the
Yeah,
hinges?
Sean asked me to see the hinges on the split flaps and the ailerons.
You want me to open them they're in the bag, though. Is that cool?
Yeah, just show them how they're arrived when they're placed inside the wing and inside the flap.
Oh, yeah. They're just the, All right, Alpha said somebody asked about the hinging. But, I could always show you on Hobby Squawk instead of doing this live. But it's hard to really see. He went. This will be the end of the show after I show this hinge. You ready? You ready, man? Here we go. They're just your standard, plastic type hinging. So this is what you're going to be using. So you're going to basically glue each end in, and roll from there. And then I'm sure there's a lot of guys who built a lot of these that might manipulate things and do it their own ways. But I'm sure these are going to be rock solid for you guys when you go. I hate even opening any of these little bags, so I'm not doing that anymore because I don't want to lose a piece. But guys, I think that's going to do it for episode number 2, really 3, but we're calling it 2, of Motion RC Live. So next week, guys, we'll come up with something to do. I'm still not sure what it is, but by all means, jump on Hobby Squawk. Please let me know. You know, if you have ideas for where you think the show can go, maybe we'll do an interview next week. If I could have Wesley Miller or somebody like that jump in here, that would be cool too. You know, there's so much that can happen with a live stream like this, and we're so excited to do it, even though it's tough to produce when you're thinking about what am I going to talk about, you know, each week coming up. But, you know, we got plenty of stuff on the way. So as I said also, this show now will be this place where you're going to see anything that's new that comes is probably going to debut here. So that'll do it for me. Alex behind the camera, thank you for the perfect audio this time. And hopefully, guys, I thank all of you for joining me. And we'll be back next Friday at 12 o'clock on Motion RC Live. See you later.